Kenneth Mcduff is an American serial killer from a small central Texas town of Rosebud. He had a mother, Addie, and father, John. John was a stable man with a paying job. However, Addie was known as a pistol-packing mama. As a kid, Mcduff would shoot small animals with a .22 revolver for fun. This should have been suspicious and foreshadowing, along with the fact that he bullied kids in school too. One day, he got in a fight with an older boy. He lost, which led him to quit school and work for his dad. Later in his childhood, he went to prison for multiple accounts of burglary. Mcduff was later known as the Broomstick Killer. His main targets were women and prostitutes. His first murder wasn't alone. He was helped by a friend, Roy Dale Green. They saw 3 teenagers at a field. He ordered them into a truck at gunpoint. Then they drove to a remote field, and together they raped a young girl named Louise Sullivan and shot the 2 boys, Marcus Dunham and Robert Brand. After, Mcduff would choke them to death with a broomstick and leave them in the trunk of a car or buried. Mcduff was sentenced to death after being turned in by his partner Roy for a lesser sentence. Roy mentioned his addiction to crack cocaine and abusive alcohol, but throughout his time, the death penalty was unconstitutional in the U.S. and the prisons of Texas were overcrowded. Mcduff was later set free on parole. After a few days of Mcduff being released, he committed another murder. These people were Brenda Thompson and Regina Moore. These people were prostitutes. Mcduff was charged with a total of 14 known deaths before his execution in 1998. He escaped the deathbed twice, and of course he killed other victims within days of getting out. He killed Colleen Reed after kidnapping her from a car wash with another partner, Hank Worley.
His last murder would be Melissa Ann Northrup, which he kidnapped from a convenience store he used to work at called Quick Pack, and she was never seen again. Kenneth Mcduff was very uncooperative in trial, especially when his mom and old friends testified against him. Before his death, he gave up where he buried his victims. This picture is from actual footage of Regina Moore's discovery. Due to the little involvement and monitoring with Mcduff once released, which gave Pearl a bad name in Texas, they have made Mcduff laws to improve these conditions that need work. Kenneth Mcduff made an impact by changing the criminal justice system. A book was even written about him called The Bad Boy from Rosebud. Mcduff was later caught and couldn't escape this time. He died of lethal injection. We knew he wanted to keep killing because his last words were, "I'm ready to be released, release me." Once dead, his family did not accept his body, so he is currently buried at the Huntsville prison unit.